They say crypto is dead. They said the same thing in 2015, in 2018, in 2022, and every time the market crashed, every time people panicked and sold, and every time the ones who bought in those moments walked away with life-changing wealth. Beat those people, because right now the same opportunity is in front of you. The real question isn't will crypto survive? It's will you be one of the few to take advantage of it before the next bull run? Because history doesn't repeat, but it rhymed. Think about it and stick around to the end, because you do not want to miss my prediction for the next decade. If you had bought just $1,000 of Bitcoin in the depths of the 2018 crash, it would have churned into $60,000. If you'd picked up Ethereum at $80, you'd be up 20x even after multiple crashes. The people who made those moves didn't have a crystal ball. They just understood how the market works. In every crypto cycle, we see the same thing. The weak hands, paper hands, they panic sell. The smart money accumulates. Then when the bull market comes, it's already too late to get in at good prices. And in 2025, we're at that moment again. Crypto's down. People are scared. The media is saying it's over, which means now is the time to position yourself before the next run. Because here's the truth. The biggest wealth in crypto isn't made during bull runs. It's made during bear markets. And in this video, we're breaking down why bear markets are the ultimate wealth building opportunity, the 5 best cryptos to stack before the next wave begins, how to build your portfolio for maximum gains while avoiding the mistakes that wipe out most investors. If you've ever wished you could go back in time and buy Bitcoin at 3K or Ethereum under 1,000, this might be your last chance. So smash that like, subscribe, and let's get into it. Why bear markets create the biggest crypto fortunes. See, everyone wants to buy when prices are soaring and confidence is high. No one wants to buy when prices are low. It's the reason most people miss out on life-changing gains. Think about it. If your dream watch, maybe a Rolex Submariner, suddenly drops from 15K to 5K, would you hesitate? Of course not. Yet when Bitcoin drops from 69K to 20K, or Ethereum crashes from 4,800 to 1,000, most investors panic and run. What's the difference between those who build wealth and those who chase hype? See, look at history. 2018 and 19, Bitcoin sat at 3 to 4K while the media called it dead. By 21, it hit 69K. 22 and 3, Ethereum fell under $1,000. Today, even in a weak market, it's over 2K. The biggest gains aren't made when everyone's bullish. They're made when nobody's paying attention and are fearful. And right now, we're in that moment again. Bitcoin's latest halving happened in 2024, setting the stage for what could be the final accumulation phase before the next bull market takes off. See, the real question isn't should you invest? That answer, to me at least, is obvious. The real question is, will you take action before it's too late? Because the investors who are stacking crypto now, they'll be the ones cashing out when the next bull run arrives. Now, let's break down the 5 best cryptos to buy in 2025 and why they could be absolute life changers. The 5 best crypto coins to buy in the 2025 bear market. Now let's get into the coins that could define the next bull run. These aren't hype-driven gambles. I'm not for those. These are the cryptos with real adoption, strong fundamentals, and a history of surviving bear market. Buying the right assets when prices are low is what separates regular investors from future whales. And it all starts with Bitcoin, the indestructible king of crypto. Bitcoin is not a simple asset. It is the backbone of the entire crypto market. If you don't own Bitcoin, you don't own crypto, in my opinion. Think of Bitcoin like prime real estate in Manhattan. The supply is limited. Demand always comes back. And over time, its value continues to rise even after crashes. And make no mistake, Bitcoin always crashes. Every cycle, people declare it dead. Every cycle, it comes back stronger. Here's what history shows. See, in 2011, Bitcoin collapsed 93%, then 50,000% gain. 2015, dropped 84%, then 12,000% gain. 2018, crashed 83%, then hit an all-time high of 69,000 in 2021. And every time people doubted it. But here's why 25 could be one of the best times in history to buy Bitcoin. Number 1, the Bitcoin halving effect. Every 4 years, Bitcoin's block rewards are cut in half, reducing new supply. Historically, this has triggered massive price surge. 2012 halving, Bitcoin surged 9,000% in the following year. 2016, Bitcoin rose 2,800% within 18 months. 2020, Bitcoin climbed 700% before peaking at 69,000 in 2021. 2024, we already saw an all-time high of over 100K, and we're not done yet. I believe that with everything in me. With institutional giants like BlackRock and Fidelity pouring billions into Bitcoin ETFs, the supply shock from this halving could be the biggest ever. Number two, Bitcoin's role as digital gold. It's strengthening. For years, skeptics have said, Bitcoin is too volatile to be a real store of value. But now, even traditional financial institutions are treating Bitcoin like gold. Countless countries, like El Salvador, are using Bitcoin as a reserve asset. Hedge funds and banks are allocating Bitcoin as an inflation hedge. Spot Bitcoin ETFs have opened the floodgates for mainstream investors. Bitcoin isn't a speculative asset anymore. It's not. It's becoming a global financial pillar. Number three, the 2025 bear market is a rare opportunity. If history repeats, Bitcoin will not stay at these prices for long. The best investors don't hesitate for the bull run to start. They accumulate when fear is high. You can smell it in the air. If there's one asset to stack before the next surge, it's Bitcoin, hands down. But if you want to maximize returns, there's another play that could deliver even bigger gains: Ethereum or ETH. The smart contract king that powers crypto's future. If Bitcoin is digital gold, Ethereum is the foundation of the digital economy. While Bitcoin serves as a store of value, Ethereum is what everything in crypto is built on. DeFi, or decentralized finance, runs on Ethereum. NFTs started on Ethereum. And don't sleep on them, they're not dead. Tokenization of real-world assets, Ethereum is leading the way. Web3 apps, most are built on Ethereum. Solana's coming for it. And despite multiple bear markets, Ethereum has remained the most widely used blockchain in the world. Ethereum has survived and thrived through crashes. Let's look at ETH's price history. 2018, ETH crashed from $1,400 to $80, a 94% drop. People called it dead. By 2021, it hit 4,800, a 60x gain from the bottom, 60x! Even after the 22 crash, Ethereum remains above 2K in a weak market right now. It's not just about price. Every cycle, ETH becomes more essential to crypto's future. Ethereum is now deflationary, and that changes everything. ETH's biggest upgrade was the merge, which transitioned ETH from a proof of work like Bitcoin to proof of stake. And here's why that's key. 4, ETH had inflation like Bitcoin. Now, Ethereum burns more ETH than it actually uses. This means Ethereum's supply is shrinking over time. It's like buying real estate in a city where land is disappearing. And the longer you hold, the more scarce and valuable it becomes. Now, institutional money is staking ETH instead of selling it. So unlike Bitcoin, Ethereum generates passive income through staking. Institutions are locking up ETH instead of selling it, tightening the supply even more. Over 30 million Ethereum are staked, and that's rising every day. Staking rewards provide an additional incentive to hold long term. This makes Ethereum not just an investment, but a yield-generating asset with real-world use cases. If you're serious about crypto's future, ETH is a non-negotiable. It has survived crashes, its supply is shrinking, it's the backbone of DeFi, NFTs, Web3. But what if you're looking for higher risk, higher reward? This next one could be for you. Solana, or Sol. It's the fastest growing ecosystem. Sol has one of the craziest recoveries in crypto history. It went from $250 in 2021 to $8 in 2022 after FTX collapsed. Back to over $100 in 2024, even during a major sell-off. Most projects die after crashes like that. Solana didn't. Why? Because its tech is actually insanely fast. Solana handles 65,000 transactions per second compared to Ethereum's 15. And with fees at a fraction of a penny, it's becoming the go-to chain for so many things, including high-speed DeFi, gaming, NFTs. I told you, don't sleep on that. The Solana smartphone saga is another reason Sol's taken over, giving users direct access to Web3 without the headache of traditional wallets. If Ethereum is crypto's Wall Street, Solana is the Silicon Valley disruptor coming for its crown. Now, Avalanche, or AVAX, that's the dark horse layer one. While Ethereum and Solana dominate the headlines, Avalanche is quietly building something massive. So what makes AVAX special? Subnets. See, instead of one congested blockchain, Avalanche lets projects create custom chains that run independently, meaning faster speeds, lower costs, more scalability. Big brands like Amazon Web Services, hello, they've already partnered with Avalanche, showing it's not just another hyped up altcoin. In the past cycle, AVAX went from $3 to $140. Could something similar in the next cycle happen? I'm betting on it, but time will tell. And this is, in my opinion, one coin you don't want to miss. Sui, the new contender for Web3 dominance. Sui is one of the newest players on this list, but it has one of the most advanced blockchain architecture. Why? Because it was built by ex-Facebook engineers who were working on the company's failed crypto project. Sui's tech allows for massive scalability, potentially millions of transactions a second, instant finality, no more waiting for confirmations. A user-friendly experience. It's designed for mainstream adoption. It's still early, but if you're looking for a high-risk, high-reward investment, Sui could be one to watch a lot. Now that you know which cryptos are worth stacking, how do you actually structure your portfolio for success? Keep sticking around because next we're breaking down how much to invest, risk management, and strategies on how to maximize gains in the next bull run. Don't miss this part. It could mean the difference between surviving a bear market and getting rich from it. How to build a portfolio for the 2025 bear market. So we know which cryptos have the best potential, but let's talk about how to actually allocate your investments so you're set up for long-term success. One of the biggest mistakes people make in a bear market is going all in on hype. Instead, the goal is to stack high quality assets and prepare for that next bull run. You always look forward and without putting yourself in a risky position. So let's break it down. Step 1, the 80-15-5 strategy for bear markets. A smart portfolio balances safety, growth, and high risk plays. Now, depending on where you are financially, you can adjust accordingly. Here's how you can do it with minimal risk and substantially beat out the stock market. 80% blue chip cryptos. Bitcoin and Ethereum, they're low risk, long-term stability. 15% high growth cryptos. And 5% early stage plays like Sui and other promising projects. They're high risk, high reward. Why does this work? Well, your 80% of Bitcoin and Ethereum, it ensures long-term risk avoidance. These coins won't disappear overnight. The 15% mid-tier positions give you exposure to high growth networks, and the 5% speculative plays have moonshot potential. But if they don't work out, they won't wreck your portfolio. And think of it like building a sports team. Bitcoin and Ethereum are your star players. They're consistent, they're reliable. Now, consistent means different things in crypto, okay? Keep that in mind. Solana and AVAX, they're your rising stars. They've proven themselves, but they still have plenty of room to grow. Sui and other new projects, they're your rookies. They could either break out or have a major hack and flop. The key is balance. So don't let FOMO push you into over-investing in risky plays. Step 2, when to buy. Instead of trying to time the market absolutely at the bottom, which is impossible, right? Use dollar cost averaging, DCA. DCA means investing a fixed amount at regular intervals, whether that's weekly, bi-weekly, daily, monthly. If prices drop, you get it at a discount. If prices go up, you're already in profit. Here's an example. You plan to invest 10K in crypto. Instead of dumping all of it in at a one go, you invest $2,000 per month for 5 months. Now this reduces your risk and takes the emotion out of the game. Now personally at this point in the cycle, I wouldn't wait for 5 months. That said, in the scope of 5 or 10 years, this cycle will seem cheap, which is why most long-term investors who DCA into Bitcoin and Ethereum, they're gonna outperform those who panic buy and then panic sell. Step 3, protecting your gains, risk management 101. The goal isn't just to make money in the bull run. You want to do that, but it's to keep the money. And here's how to manage that. Never invest money you can't afford to lose. Use cold storage wallets, Ledger, Trezor for long-term holds. I have a link down below. Take profits on the way up. Don't wait for the top to sell everything. Here's a good rule of thumb. When an asset does 100% gain, consider selling 25% to secure your profits. Think of it like real estate. As the value goes up in your properties, most people will refi to use that money for other investment. The same applies to crypto. Ride the waves and take some chips off the table. Over the coming decade of technological renaissance, I believe we're going to see a once-in-a-lifetime accumulation period. See, if history repeats, those who build their portfolio during the bear market will be the ones cashing out in the bull market. The big question is, will you take advantage of this window? Or Will you wait until prices are already soaring? No, you won't, because you watch this and you take action. So if you made it this far, here's a high five, bam, you already have an edge. The next step, like I said, take action and catch me on another video right here, baby. I will see you on the next video, and you keep living your life to the fullest. Peace.